We are going to look at the beginning of a story and think about how the verbs are being used. Have a look at how the continuous aspect is used to help keep a story moving and exciting. So this is The Crimson Ink. Anna Lee Johnson was a young mixed-race lawyer fresh out of law school, now navigating the labyrinthine streets and high-pressure courtrooms of London. So notice here how the verb navigating is used to keep the sentence going. So Anna Lee Johnson, we're told she's young, mixed race, lawyer, fresh out of law school. So quite a lot of information already. We could stop the sentence there and start another one. But what you can do is use a comma, like here, and then continue with a verb in the continuous aspect. Now navigating the labyrinthine streets and high-pressure courtrooms of London. Despite her dedication, she found herself losing case after case. We use this reflexive expression to find oneself in a situation. The weight of her failures pressed on her shoulders. You can feel the weight pressing on shoulders. And thoughts of returning home haunted her. So she doesn't like the idea of going home. There's something wrong with that. But she had no one to return to. Her family was fractured. Her friends had moved on. Okay, so that's why the thought of going back is haunting her. One evening, while working on a particularly challenging case in a modest apartment, she absent-mindedly ran her fingers along the sharp edge of a paper. Notice how while working sets up the time for the dramatic event to happen. She absent-mindedly, which means she's not thinking about it, ran her fingers along the sharp edge of a paper and received a swift, stinging cut. Ouch! As a drop of blood formed, notice the use of as, so again a device used to have two or more things happening at the same time. As a drop of blood formed on her fingertip, she smiled grimly. A bit like this character down here. And again, now we've got the verb to think in the continuous. So using the continuous aspect to keep the sentence alive and moving, thinking of how even paper seemed against her. For a moment, she found herself, so reflexive again, she finds herself in a situation, something that she didn't plan for. For a moment, she found herself scribbling random thoughts. Scribbling is like writing quickly. She found herself scribbling random thoughts on a piece of paper in crimson ink. Now she's just had a paper cut. There's blood on her finger. So I think we know what this crimson ink is. This bird just flew in. So she's scribbling random thoughts on a piece of paper in crimson ink, blood. What started as a macabre joke soon turned serious. Changed, became serious. To her astonishment, these notes revealed insights and strategies she'd never considered. It was as if her inner genius was unlocked by this strange act. The next day in court, armed with newfound brilliance, she won her case effortlessly. Realizing, now here we have another verb with continuous aspect, realizing, and it's being used here to begin a sentence. Let's see how it's done here. Realizing that her newfound success was tied to her blood-soaked notes, she began to push herself, staying up late into the night, writing and rewriting until her fingers were sore. But each victory in court brought irregular verb from to bring. It's like she's carried into situations willy-nilly, whether she likes it or not. But each victory in court brought her closer to an impossible choice: her career or her health. So I've given you a few ideas. Write your own sentences, and when you come for a lesson, I would love to hear what you think should or could happen in this story.